everyone, it's Carol Ritchie, Cookin with Carol, and I'm in this beautiful tour bus, and I'm here with my new friend, Teesha Laflin. How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I feel so comfortable in here. I've always dreamed of being in a van like this.
Oh, yes. Well, until you have to live in it, maybe. I don't know.
Oh. You have really downsized your life, haven't you, a little bit?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your journey, what you guys do, and what you're doing now.
Yeah, so for 18 years, my husband and I, we've traveled around the world, and we do magic shows. And mostly in churches. We present just messages in schools. We do some corporation stuff, but it's just an easy way to invite the community to come to your church. So, and
Excellent.
then we make them laugh and share a message, and so we love it. After 8 years of doing it, we finally started having children, and then we started touring with our 4 kids. Well, it just got difficult in the van. And so we always dreamed of having an RV or something that we could tour with.
Yes.
And my husband started doing shows on his own without us a lot. And then COVID hit, and he came home for a good year.
Yay.
Which was good, but then we didn't have an income because we weren't on the road. And through that, we started renting, Airbnb our home, renting it out on
It's a great way to pivot.
Yeah.
You know.
And believe it or not, lots of people were renting our home, and we were just camping to like pay our bills. And then, and I homeschooled, then school started, and it started to get more difficult. And I was just telling him, I would just love to have a place of our own. And through that, we started looking at tour buses versus RVs. They can go 1,000,000 miles, and we travel a lot. And we started booking some more shows. And so we're like, okay, let's just put our house up for rent for a good 6 months, and we'll get a tour bus and live in it for 6 months and see how it goes.
Oh,
and so here we are.
My goodness. How do you like it? How do you like it so far?
I love it.
Oh, that's great.
I do. I can't believe we did it for so long without a bus.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I told him.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're just praying that we can keep it and continue to do it.
Yes.
Because it just, he can be driving down the road. I can put the kids to bed.
Yes.
They wake up the next morning and they ask what state they're in. And
what an adventure for all of you.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a great time for them to explore and to learn and to be on the road. And thank goodness you can still be on the road now. That's awesome. Yeah. I got to see their cute little sleeping spaces, and they have everything that they need. They have all of their books and their fun things. Yeah. So I can only imagine their creativity at night. They're dreaming, and they're thinking of fun things that they can do. Yeah. So I think it's a good experience. Yeah. But it also can be a little treacherous on the road, I can imagine. And I hear you have a story about a good Samaritan that helped you guys on the road.
Yes, we were driving from Louisiana to Mississippi. And we had a show there that we had to be there in the morning to start setting up at a church. It was a big outreach event that we were doing, and we had left Louisiana. I was putting the kids to bed, and then I had just gotten them to bed, and my husband pulls over, and I come out and ask what's wrong. He's like, grab the fire extinguisher.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
What happened is we had run something over, and it pulled the brake on our trailer. And so the trailer that we were pulling, the brake was pulled, and so then the tire just kept going. We didn't know because the bus is so big.
Yes.
It started on fire.
Oh my goodness.
So we put the fire out, and we called for a tow, but the tow never came.
Oh my goodness.
And we waited for hours, and so then we were at this little gas station in the middle of nowhere. And it was a very rough part of town. We had several times people come by and ask if we were okay and that we probably shouldn't be there. And we just prayed, and the gentleman that owned the gas station gave us some guy's name
Mm-hmm.
and number, so we called him. He just shows up in his personal truck,
Mm-hmm.
and he had all the equipment to change our tire, but it needed new bearings, it needed all the new things, and we didn't know what to do. And he said he could fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And the tow truck still wasn't there, and
My
so we ended up taking everything like out of the bus and then taking everything out of the trailer and switching the two. So like our whole living room and kitchen was like full of illusions,
Yeah.
and then everything personal like went into the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And we just kind of figured out what we could do, what we couldn't, what could fit. We were in the parking lot like taking apart illusions so they would go flat and stick them in the bays so we could do them.
My goodness.
And then he towed our trailer on 3 wheels to his house, and I was just like, oh Lord, this is a stranger taking our trailer. Are we gonna make it? We had to drive through the night without sleeping so we could get there in time. Did the whole program.
Wow.
And then just got a couple hours of sleep to drive back to pick up our trailer because he said he had it.
It was about a 6-hour drive.
Yeah, he met us.
Mm-hmm.
He had washed our trailer. He had gone to all this work, fixed it. I mean, it was, yes, it was
Wow.
godsend.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that, because
Thanks for asking.
that is just an incredible, incredible thing. Now we're gonna also cook together, so
We
they'll
are.
have to stay tuned.
Mhm.
But tell us how they can find out more about what you guys are doing, and perhaps come and
Yes.
see what one of your
Oh.
shows.
Well, we're on social media, on Facebook and Instagram, but we also have a website, and that would be, well, we have 2 websites. We have a website, davidandteesha.com.
Oh, very good.
When just my husband and I were just doing shows. Now we've added the children, so it's the Laflins.
Oh, excellent.
.com, so maybe we can link into that, or
Yeah.
a little link.
I will put that
Okay.
up.
Yeah.
And I will confess that Dwayne and Mary, who it's your husband, is their
Yeah.
son. And so what a joy to get to know you and the kiddos and your husband. And we wish you continued success with everything you're doing.
Thank you,
Godspeed.
Carol.
Oh, thank you.